welcome to this episode of Eating Smart, Being Active. We're going to plan, shop, and save while we're getting our fruits and vegetables. The dietary recommendations for fruit and vegetables are making half of your plate, fruits and vegetables, and different for different types. So in meeting our dietary guidelines and having an interesting meal, the use of fruits and vegetables will make it so that you are adding bulk to your diet with low calories. They're high in vitamins and minerals and also fiber. And those guidelines are meant to assist you in having a healthier life and making better choices all the way around. So you're asking yourself, well, how in the world am I going to be able to afford fruits and vegetables? And that's where we're going to address that today. So we're going to look at the different types of fruits and vegetables and why we need such a variety so that you can get all the different vitamins and minerals and nutrients out of the fruits and vegetables so that you have a more interesting choice when it comes to planning meals and spending your dollars wisely. Let's start with the why we need so many fruits and vegetables. And you see here that I have quite a variety of different examples. And that's so that you can see that they come in different shapes and sizes and then preparation methods. For a brain exercise, we're going to take out a piece of paper, and at the top of your paper, write the colors of the rainbow, because we're going to do a little brain exercise to think about all the different fruits and vegetables there are and in the different colors, because different colored vegetables will give us different nutrients. And those nutrients then, if you can think of what there is available, you can use better strategies when you're out shopping. So at the top of your paper, write the colors: white, yellow, orange, red, blue, purple, and green. And then think about when you go grocery shopping and you're in the produce area, you're in the canned goods area, you're in the frozen area, and you are looking for different fruits and vegetables. So think about what ones you know that are white. So take a few minutes and fill in, and then we'll come back and talk about and go through the list, and maybe I'm going to add some that you haven't thought of already. Let's see what you have for your white. So white fruits and vegetables might include cauliflower, bananas, potatoes, and onions. And then let's move on to the green ones. Green ones are the ones we have the most of when it comes to vegetables. And so we have things like green beans and peas and asparagus, and I even have some of these sitting here on the table, cucumbers, and then all the different leafy vegetables that could be spinach and the different turnip greens and collard greens and char. And from your red group, you may have a variety of different fruits included in here as well. So you have things like cherries and apples. And apples kind of are a both because they have a white flesh and a red outside. So you might have combinations on some of those, and maybe you didn't think about that. But with the flesh on the inside might be a different color than what the outside is. So speaking of shopping, one of the techniques that is important is that you are shopping in season. So there are fruits and vegetables that are known for certain seasons, but now that we have fruits and vegetables coming from around the world, for some things, like for instance grapes, they're always in season, because while we may have them in the United States during certain months, then south of the equator, they have the opposite. So their in season is the opposite of what ours is. So if you factor in the availability, which now is worldwide, then you can make still affordable choices based on those differences in growing times. But if you're determined to be a purchaser of local foods, then you can go to farmers markets. Some of our farmers markets are open year round. You just have to do a little digging to find out where they're at and getting to them. But they're becoming much more popular throughout the city. And we can help. If you have any questions, you can call me at the office and I can give you some of the locations, or you can check our website and see what ones we have listed and their hours. So when you're at the store, compare prices and look at the different preparation methods. So while something that is fresh may cost a little bit more when it's fresh and in the produce section, but it also may be available as a frozen product and be less expensive. And just because it's fresh does not necessarily mean that it's at its peak of quality, because it depends on how long it's been traveling and how old it is. So while it is fresh, as fruits and vegetables age, they do lose some of their nutrients because just through evaporation and aging. Whereas when they're made or they're picked out in the field, a lot of times the things that they're immediately processed and put into a dried state, or they might even be canned, not far from the field. So then they're picked and packaged immediately, and it retains all the nutrients that were originally fresh. So consider that an option as well. Frozen foods are then less expensive because they don't have the time sensitivity that a fresh one may be. And then dried fruits are concentrated. And now that they're even drying a lot more vegetables that you can use in different food preparations. So you may find dried vegetables that go easily into a soup or a stew or even into a stir fry. And they just need to be rehydrated, or in some cases just put right into whatever your recipe is and baked or cooked the same way. And then you have canned products. And those also can easily be added into a recipe depending on how you want the appearance and the taste. And make sure that you are shopping wisely, because there is a difference in cost when you have national brands and store brands. So take the time to compare the prices. Now, a little bit about food safety when we're talking about fruits and vegetables. And the first thing you should always do, no matter if it's fruits or vegetables or it's anything that you're preparing, you should always wash your hands thoroughly before preparing food and eating food. And washing your hands involves making sure that you're using warm running water, you're using soap, and you're washing your hands, your palms, the backs of your hands, the wrists, and your fingernails. So make sure that you're scrubbing at least for 20 seconds and rinse it off and dry it. Try not to use the same towel over and over in your own kitchens. We have paper towels at least that are disposable, so that you're not reinfecting or getting your bacteria and viruses back on your hands or the dirt. Make sure that you wash your fruits and vegetables, so while you're getting it fresh from the store, realize that even though it's fresh and other people have possibly handled it, so when you do get that home, and make sure that when you're shopping, you keep your fruits and vegetables away from your raw meats and other products. So while they do have the bags, and that's so that you can protect them, and then when you get them home, immediately wash them and then store them in the correct place in your refrigerator to keep them fresh. And then on produce that have thick skins like cantaloupe, watermelon, it's important that you scrub them down, even when you have cucumbers and apples, because they have a waxy coating on the outside. You want to make sure that you wash them thoroughly and run them under running water, so that you can get off not only the outside wax, which is meant to protect and keep them fresh, but also so that if there's any residual bacteria and viruses from people handling them, because like you, they want to get the best product, so they're picking it up while they're making their choices. And so make sure that you're scrubbing into the crevices and all the little parts, especially on your cantaloupe and watermelon. People don't think because you're not eating your rind, but when you cut them, if there's anything on the outside of it, you're just cutting that outside bacteria, viruses, dirt right into the flesh as you're making your cut. So it's important that you do get that washed off. This is a recap of our fruits and vegetables. So make sure that half of your plate, whenever you're setting it up, whether it be for meals, snacks, that half of it be fruits and vegetables, and it's and, not an or. So you should be making a good conscious choice to getting as many as you can in your day. And the vitamins and minerals, nutrients that come in fiber in fruits and vegetables in the whole state, it will keep you much healthier and prevent diseases that may be associated with dietary choices. And then we have different types of fruits and vegetables. So we have whether it's frozen, whether it's fresh, whether it's dried, or whether it's canned. Make the best choice that you can for what you can afford.